In this podcast episode, Joe Rogan welcomes Warren Smith, an educator and content creator known for his insightful discussions on critical thinking and societal issues. The conversation spans a wide range of topics, from the challenges of modern education to the intricacies of storytelling in film. Smith shares his experiences in the higher education system, highlighting the challenges faced by educators and students alike. He discusses how the current academic environment often stifles critical thinking and open dialogue. Smith reflects on his own journey as a teacher, where he aimed to foster an environment that encouraged students to question prevailing narratives and think independently. He emphasizes the importance of creating spaces where students can engage in meaningful discussions without fear of retribution or censorship. The conversation delves into the consequences of a rigid educational framework that prioritizes conformity over creativity. Smith argues that this resistance to questioning established ideologies is detrimental to students' intellectual growth. He believes that educators should strive to cultivate critical thinking skills, enabling students to navigate complex societal issues and develop their own informed opinions. This perspective resonates with Rogan, who expresses concern over the increasing polarization in academic discourse. As the discussion progresses, the role of social media in shaping public discourse comes to the forefront. Smith notes that platforms like YouTube and Twitter have democratized information dissemination, allowing voices that were previously marginalized to gain visibility. He reflects on how his own content has reached a wide audience, providing an alternative perspective to mainstream narratives. This shift has empowered individuals to engage with ideas that challenge the status quo, fostering a culture of critical inquiry. However, Smith also acknowledges the pitfalls of social media, particularly the tendency for misinformation to spread rapidly. He emphasizes the need for users to approach information critically, discerning fact from fiction. Rogan and Smith discuss the responsibility of content creators to provide accurate information and the challenges they face in an environment where sensationalism often trumps substance. This conversation underscores the importance of media literacy in the digital age. A significant portion of the podcast is dedicated to the concept of critical thinking. Smith articulates his belief that critical thinking is not merely a skill, but an art form that requires practice and dedication. He draws parallels between critical thinking and the creative process, suggesting that both involve a deep engagement with ideas and a willingness to explore multiple perspectives. Smith encourages listeners to embrace the discomfort that comes with challenging their own beliefs and assumptions. Rogan and Smith explore the idea that critical thinking can be cultivated through exposure to diverse viewpoints. They discuss the importance of engaging with individuals who hold differing opinions, as this can lead to a more nuanced understanding of complex issues. Smith emphasizes that critical thinking is essential for navigating the increasingly polarized landscape of contemporary society, where individuals often retreat into echo chambers that reinforce their existing beliefs. The conversation shifts to the significance of storytelling in film, with Smith drawing on his background in filmmaking. He discusses how effective storytelling can resonate with audiences on a profound level, transcending cultural and ideological boundaries. Smith highlights the power of narrative to convey complex ideas and emotions, making them accessible to a broader audience. He believes that filmmakers have a unique opportunity to shape public discourse through their work. Rogan and Smith delve into the mechanics of storytelling, examining the elements that contribute to a compelling narrative. They discuss the importance of character development, plot structure, and thematic depth in creating films that leave a lasting impact. Smith argues that great films often reflect the human experience, exploring universal themes that resonate with viewers regardless of their background. This exploration of storytelling underscores the potential of film as a medium for social commentary and change. As the discussion progresses, the influence of politics on education becomes a focal point. Smith shares his observations of how political ideologies have infiltrated academic institutions, shaping curricula and stifling dissenting voices. He expresses concern over the increasing politicization of education, where educators may feel pressured to conform to specific ideological frameworks. This environment, he argues, undermines the fundamental purpose of education to foster critical inquiry and intellectual growth. Rogan and Smith discuss the implications of this political influence on students' ability to engage with diverse perspectives. They emphasize the importance of creating educational spaces that encourage open dialogue and critical thinking, rather than promoting a singular narrative. Smith believes that educators have a responsibility to challenge students to think independently, equipping them with the tools necessary to navigate a complex and often contentious political landscape. Warren Smith reflects on the challenges faced by filmmakers in today's industry, particularly in the context of a rapidly changing media landscape. He discusses the impact of streaming platforms and the shift away from traditional theatrical releases, noting that this has created both opportunities and obstacles for independent filmmakers. Smith emphasizes the importance of adaptability in an industry that is constantly evolving, urging aspiring filmmakers to embrace new technologies and distribution methods. Rogan and Smith also explore the financial realities of filmmaking, discussing the challenges of securing funding and navigating the complexities of production. Smith shares his experiences working on various projects, highlighting the importance of collaboration and creative problem-solving in bringing a vision to life. This conversation sheds light on the often overlooked aspects of the filmmaking process, emphasizing the dedication and resilience required to succeed in the industry. The podcast touches on the future of content creation, with Smith expressing optimism about the potential for independent creators to thrive in the digital age. He believes that the rise of platforms like YouTube has democratized content creation, allowing individuals to share their ideas and connect with audiences directly. This shift has empowered creators to take control of their narratives, bypassing traditional gatekeepers in the media landscape. Rogan and Smith discuss the implications of this shift for the future of media and entertainment. They emphasize the importance of authenticity and originality in content creation, noting that audiences are increasingly drawn to creators who offer genuine perspectives. Smith encourages aspiring creators to embrace their unique voices and share their stories, as this is what will ultimately resonate with viewers. This conversation highlights the transformative potential of independent content creation in shaping public discourse. A recurring theme throughout the podcast is the importance of personal responsibility. Smith emphasizes that individuals must take ownership of their beliefs and actions, particularly in an era where external narratives often seek to dictate how people should think. He argues that embracing personal responsibility is essential for fostering critical thinking and empowering individuals to challenge prevailing ideologies. Rogan and Smith discuss the implications of personal responsibility for societal change, noting that meaningful progress often begins at the individual level. They emphasize the need for individuals to engage with their communities, advocate for their beliefs, and hold themselves accountable for their actions. This conversation underscores the idea that personal responsibility is not only a moral imperative, but also a catalyst for positive change in society. The podcast also explores the role of technology in education, with Smith highlighting the potential for digital tools to enhance learning experiences. He discusses how technology can facilitate access to information and create opportunities for collaboration among students. Smith believes that educators should embrace technology as a means of fostering critical thinking and engagement in the classroom. Rogan and Smith discuss the challenges associated with integrating technology into education, particularly in terms of ensuring equitable access for all students. They emphasize the importance of providing resources and support to help educators effectively utilize technology in their teaching. This conversation highlights the transformative potential of technology in education, while also acknowledging the need for thoughtful implementation to ensure that all students benefit. As the conversation draws to a close, Smith reflects on the impact of cultural narratives on individual beliefs and behaviors. He argues that the stories society tells shape people's perceptions of themselves and the world around them. Smith emphasizes the importance of critically examining these narratives, as they can often perpetuate harmful stereotypes and reinforce existing power dynamics. Rogan and Smith discuss the role of media in shaping cultural narratives, noting that the stories presented in film, television, and news can have a profound influence on public opinion. They emphasize the need for diverse voices and perspectives in media to challenge dominant narratives and promote a more nuanced understanding of complex issues.